One morning, you wake up and find yourself doing something you never wanted to do. You texted that toxic ex again, even though you knew it would harm you. You bought that expensive watch you don't actually need and can't afford. Or at work, you took an undeserved scolding and just said, "I'm sorry." The problem isn't your willpower. The problem is the exploits in the operating system of the human mind. The trust and social conformity mechanisms we developed during evolution to survive have today been turned into weapons. For our ancestors, being excluded from the group meant being left alone to die in the wild. That's why our brain coded social conformity as vital as oxygen. Manipulation is not magic. It is a cold-blooded engineering operation performed on these biological codes. Today, we will talk in full detail about whose hands those invisible strings are in and how they sneak into your mind. Welcome. Veiled Reality Docs is starting. You cannot stop manipulation without recognizing the manipulator. In psychology, we call this predator profile the dark triad. Defined by Paulhus and Williams in 2002, this triad describes people who walk among us but live behind masks. First, the narcissist. They don't care about your feelings. They only seek fans to feed their ego. They drain your energy and make themselves bigger. Second, the Machiavellian. He is a master strategist. He doesn't love you or hate you. He sees you only as a tool to achieve a goal. He is emotionally ice cold. And third, and the most dangerous, the psychopath. Remorse is biologically absent. He is impulsive, fearless, and your pain is just data input for him. Why are these people so effective? Because they know your weaknesses better than you do. So why do we become addicted to people who make us unhappy? The answer lies in Harvard psychologist B.F. Skinner's 1953 intermittent reinforcement experiment. Skinner discovered that if you reward a creature at random times, you create an obsession in that creature. This is exactly how slot machines work, and unfortunately, how manipulative relationships work too. The manipulator doesn't give attention constantly. One day, he makes you feel like the most valuable person in the world. The next 3 days, he ignores you. Your dopamine spikes so high that you start sacrificing yourself just to catch that good moment again. This is not love. It is a neurochemical prison. Now, the most insidious technique, gaslighting. It takes its name from the 1944 film Gaslight. A man secretly dims the gas lamps, but when his wife says, "The light dimmed," he replies, "No, everything is the same, you're going crazy," making her doubt her own perception. Here, Leon Festinger's 1957 cognitive dissonance theory comes into play. Our brain cannot tolerate inconsistency. When your belief clashes with reality, your mind performs 3 maneuvers to relieve the pain. 1. Change the belief. You have concrete evidence your partner is lying, but you want to trust him. Your mind bends reality. He didn't actually lie, he just forgot some details. 2. Add new information. You invent new excuses for someone who treats you badly. He's so jealous because he loves me so much, or he suffered a lot as a child, that's why he's aggressive. 3. Minimize importance. Whose relationship is perfect anyway? Or these are just normal little arguments that happen in every home. When the problem shrinks, the weight on your soul shrinks too. The manipulator, knowing your need to deceive yourself, traps you in a mental labyrinth. Would an ordinary person kill someone? Stanley Milgram answered yes to this question at Yale in 1963. 65% of the participants continued to apply lethal-level electric shocks simply because a white-coated authority figure said you must continue. When our brain detects an authority figure, our logic center, the prefrontal cortex, goes into sleep mode. We transfer responsibility to the authority and become a tool. That's why manipulators love titles, expensive clothes, and fake expertise. The moment you say, "He must know," you have handed over control. So, how do we break this game? Science gives us 3 keys. 1. Cognitive cooling. Manipulation works with emotional explosions. In moments of anger, fear, or extreme excitement, your logic is disabled by 40%. Give yourself the 24-hour rule. I'm not making a decision now. Let's talk tomorrow. This time lets your brain switch from the hot system to the cold, rational system. 2. Reality check. The greatest weapon against gaslighting is external validation. The manipulator isolates you. Tell someone you trust, "Am I exaggerating?" Another person's eyes will destroy the fake world the manipulator built. 3. The cost of boundaries. When you say no, the manipulator will get angry. That anger is proof your boundary is working. Don't fear it, carry it like a victory flag. Knowing the strings exist is the first step to freedom. Now you see the strings. Whether to cut them is completely up to you. Remember, the greatest power is to be the master of your own mind. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.